Hi everyone, welcome back. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's been longer than I anticipated, and this is also not the first video I wanted you guys to come back to, but most of you guys know, first of all, I hope everybody is doing well and that you have all maintained doing well. I haven't posted anything to the public, so it seems I've been MIA. I have been working a lot with getting this video out. If you remember, you've seen me a little bit more, but to the public, it seems that I've just kind of fallen off. I'm still here. I'm implementing a lot of the changes, and my first video out, most of you guys know and are anticipating, is kind of putting together a timeline and showing all the receipts of the drama that is within a community that I've been associated with, I've been familiar with, and yeah, I'm in the process of that. It's almost done. I'm down to the very last bits where I am just compiling it, compressing it, and getting it into video format. So I'm hoping to have it out next week, and that is why I'm making this video, because it's kind of become a constant comment I have to myself, is a lot of this stuff, a lot of this drama, and when I look at other communities, it's very similar. A lot of these dramas, I know there's some serious stuff included, but a lot of it is really petty, and the reason that they exist is because of one term, in my opinion. That term is friendships. And I want to explain, so people know where I'm coming from, what friendship is to me, what qualifies being a friend, and then how I think that this label and term is what's caused a lot of ridiculous drama that happens on YouTube and in YouTube communities. So for me, I don't just jump into friendships. I almost take a friendship, I laugh because it kind of sounds ridiculous saying it out loud, but I take a friendship almost like I take a relationship. It's serious to me. I don't just throw labels around. I don't use words with heavy impact and heavy meaning easily. That's why I've had this conversation with you guys before. That's why I don't tell you guys I love you guys, because that word has so much weight to it. Doesn't mean I don't genuinely care for you guys and appreciate you guys and wish and hope you guys all the best, because I do. But that is just a term that I only use with the people that I know I actually feel the love for. And I hope that doesn't come off cold-hearted. I'm just trying to be real with you guys. And hopefully it translates into this. So friendships for me is the same thing. I build my friendships. I don't just jump in head first and hope that I can trust them with all of my secrets, hope that I can trust them with my life, because for me, that's what a friend is. Acquaintances, on the other hand, are people that I like, but I don't have that personal relationship and that personal connection with. And everybody knows, if you're an adult, you can have a couple of different kinds of friends, but this term and this label is causing a lot of drama. And for me, the biggest part of a friendship for me is trust and respect. Just like in a relationship, trust and respect are like the two top things for me. And those are things that I respect everybody. That doesn't get built over time, but trust has to be earned, for me anyways, for my person. And again, these are my perceptions, and that's where this becomes a problem, and this term and this label become an issue, because everybody has different ideas of what qualifies and constitutes a friendship. I understand that. If you are a creator though, you need to make it clear when you are using the term friend what you mean by it, because it seems to be in all of these dramas that happen, it is because people think subscribers, and even in some situations, other creators think that you are their legitimate friend, and it's seeming that you're not. And what I mean by that is, for me, a friendship is a two-way street, just like a relationship is. So for me, I'm okay. Like, relationships can give and take here and there. Sometimes I may give more and they may give more, and sometimes we're equal. But it should be a two-way street in that sense. You shouldn't always be giving out more input than what you're getting back. And when it comes to some of these creators and the dramas that they end up involved in, it is because they are labeling people friends, and people are taking that to be way too true and way too genuine. So when they're the ones constantly giving and giving and giving, and they're not getting anything back, and then you say something or do something hurtful to them, they realize that there wasn't a legitimate friendship there. So they may feel silly. They may feel betrayed. They have their feelings clearly hurt. And so they want others, especially with some of these dramas that are going on, they want others to be aware that, hey, like, this facade is not actually everything that you think it is. And that's not to say that there aren't legitimate friendships, because I have made a few legitimate friendships through being on YouTube, despite me being overprotective of myself and having boundaries and walls in place. It took all of the people who I actually label a friend in real life, it took them a while for me to trust them and get to that point. And for all of them, as far as I can tell, it's the same, because we're adults and we know that you just can't jump into something and label it a friendship without the core values or morals aligning. And I think some of this is at the fault of the creator, and I think another bit is at the fault of just the environment the world is in, because so many people are now almost forced to try and have human interaction online that they are learning, in some situations, they're learning to navigate this world. And they may not realize and identify that just because someone labels you something, whether it's another fellow subscriber or a creator label you that, still have your true meanings of what those things are. Someone can call you a friend and you not 100% reciprocate that. And what seems to be going on is people, when it comes to this drama stuff, is a lot of people are feeling loyalty is owed. And maybe I am outside of the norm with this one. Please leave your thoughts down below. I don't think I am owed loyalty by anyone other than my husband, because he made the vows of loyalty to me when we got married. I don't expect my friends to be 100% loyal. I expect them to be honest with me. So if I am engaging in problematic behavior, whether that's in person or online, I have the respect and understanding that if they see it as a problem or a concern, that they can address it with me. If you can't do that, if you can't address it with the actual person, then there's really not actual trust there. And maybe loyalty falls under trust to some degree, but I don't expect any one person, except for my husband again, to give me all of their everything and to not go elsewhere for different parts of a friendship, if that makes sense. I'm going to try and stick to friends, because I know there's certain things I'm really fun to do things with, but there's certain aspects that some of my friends like to do that I am not fun to do with. I'm not fun to go hiking with because I'm slow, I'm overweight, and I get hot easy. I know that's not something fun to do with me, and they are going to seek another friend to do that activity with. Does that make sense? That me expecting them to only do things with me and only me always, that's a loyalty thing. And online, this loyalty stuff really needs to be dropped. And these creators need to stop perpetuating it, because you are building echo chambers that are dangerous. Because if they see someone who is known to be a supporter of yours and they happen to go watch another channel because they're hate watching or they're nosy or whatever it may be, and they see one of your valued supporters in this other chat, they are going to get questioned. They are going to get treated like they did something wrong, and they're not even going to identify the fact that you were also there and you're the one tattling. They're not going to question the fact that, oh, hey, you were there too. It just all becomes, oh, this other person was in there chatting and supporting someone else. So they clearly don't owe you the loyalty. And you want to know why people are doing that? Because these creators have labeled these people as friends. And yes, in some cases they may actually be friends, but again, please check the compatibility of the friendship. Is it a two-way street, or is it more one way than the other? If you are the one giving and giving and giving, and you're only getting back 20% over a period of time, that's not a true friendship. That goes to your real life as well. I'm not just talking about online. Friendship should be a give and a take. It should not be all give and one all take. And again, it fluctuates. It can fluctuate, but you can be friends with somebody, have a disagreement, have a misunderstanding, have an adult conversation about it, and move on from that. For me, it is very hard for me to label you a friend, but it is not hard for me to not label you a friend. It takes a lot for me to not trust people anymore, but when I see a repetitive behavior, I don't have trust for you, and I don't call you a friend anymore. And it does not bother me. That sounds terrible. I know it makes me sound a little cold-hearted. I have been through enough in my life that I don't deal with the bullshit. So when I see the bullshit, I clock the bullshit. You're not a friend to me. I'm still going to be nice to you. Even if you do me wrong, I'm still going to be nice to you. I'm still going to be polite to you, and I'm not going to start a drama over it, whether it's in real life or online. I'm not going to start a drama over it because I'm an adult and friendships end. It's not that serious. It becomes serious when people's feelings are genuinely hurt because they feel gaslit and they feel manipulated because they thought that it was a true friendship, and in reality, it was a one-way street. So I felt it was important for me to come on here and just explain what friendships are to me, how I think that it plays into not only the drama that I'm about to cover, but almost every petty beef that happens online somewhat stems in this word friendship and people's perception of what a friendship is, because everyone has a different definition for what constitutes as being a friend. Some people value love over trust. They want unconditional love. Some people, like myself, want trust. Some people want loyalty, but that's, again, I think that there's issues when it comes to loyalty, and there always needs to be an exception. You shouldn't owe someone 100% loyalty, maybe to the family or to the public, but you should be able to have those conversations and it be reciprocal and not like, oh, because you're calling me out on this, I'm no longer going to be your friend. Maybe I have a distorted version of loyalty. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I probably do. But it's just being used way too often. And we do have to be mindful that there are situations, and I'm not referring to this particular drama I'm gonna cover, I'm just saying in general, there are situations where creators do intentionally use these kinds of terms and behave in a certain manner to be perceived a certain way for their audience to really enjoy them. It happens. That's why creators build personas. That's why creators build characters, because they want whatever they get out of that from their audiences. I don't inherently think anything's wrong with that unless they're manipulating their audience to take advantage of them, whether that be emotionally or financially or a mixture of the both. Unfortunately, it does happen. Some people are really good at it, and that's what's scary. And I think if we all, as adults, try to really reflect on what friendship means to you, especially when you're going into this online space, you may prevent yourself from being involved in any kind of drama or feeling like you've been disappointed by any creator. Because yeah, you can talk with creators, you can build some kind of relationship, acquaintance type relationship, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're a friend of theirs. And again, there are outliers to these things, but in general, when you're going places online, please just protect yourself. Protect yourself, protect your identity. Don't give anyone too much information ever, unless you wholeheartedly trust them. And even in that instance, I would keep your circle of people you tell that information to very, very small. That way, in case anything ever happens, you kind of have a core group of people that you can go to. That sounds terrible, but you do have to protect yourself to that extent when you are on YouTube, especially if you're someone who chats a lot or does get close to creators or is mentioned, because a lot of people, a lot of innocent subscribers have ended up a part of drama time and time again because of these types of situations. So please just protect yourself. Please be mindful of any kind of relationship that you have. Make sure it's a two-way street. You deserve it. Everybody does. Everybody deserves the two-way street. It shouldn't be one way ever. And it is hard to cut ties and move on when you maybe come to the realization that it's not a two-way street. Sometimes all it takes is a conversation. If they're a true friend, they're going to be willing to listen to that conversation. And if they're not a true friend, they're not going to listen. They're going to shut you down. So, sorry for my unsolicited advice. I just really wanted to get this kind of generalized topic out there so people, when I release this video and I talk about friendships, you guys know what it means to me and how I kind of think that this is being kind of plays into this particular drama quite a bit. I'm hoping to have this video out for you guys by the beginning of the week. I'm going to be doing nothing but working on this video for the rest of today and Sunday. I have something to do on Saturday, so I won't be able to do it then. But I appreciate you guys if you watch this. I know this doesn't really stick to my new exciting changes, but the receipt video I have coming out is more the style I'm going to go with. Occasionally I may do one like this where it's like a generalized, this is my opinion, this is where I stand, before I go into a full-on receipt video. That way you understand my opinions more and it's not just implied or inferred. You're actually knowing what I mean when I say these things by having these generalized like videos. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I know I've been super rambly. I'm sorry. I hope you guys all have had a good few weeks and that you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night, wherever you are. And until next time, bye guys.